Well, I'm sitting here today with Kristen Guthrie, Vice President of Marketing and Communication with Visit Fort Wayne. Kristen, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah. You have been with Visit Fort Wayne for quite a few years. How long have you been there?
A little over 20 years, which is crazy.
Wow.
Fun though, yeah.
Oh my gosh. In those 20 years, this community has changed dramatically, and certainly Visit Fort Wayne has had a lot to do with that. Tell me a little bit about your role there.
I'll tell you, my job has gotten easier and easier, that's for sure. At Visit Fort Wayne, we work to bring visitors to our community. So we have a sales team that works to bring conventions and tournaments here. So youth hockey tournaments, they can be held anywhere. We want them to be held in Fort Wayne. Conventions and groups of people at the Grand Wayne Center and all over the town. It's a great source of economic development. When people come here, they stay in our hotels, eat in our restaurants, spend money, and then they go home. And we have a new influx of cash. It's a wonderful industry. And I also work to bring leisure visitors here. And so I have the pleasure of promoting any reason why someone might visit. So a family to come to the zoo, a couple to have a wonderful weekend downtown, go to a show and out to dinner. And, you know, we love to promote the many great things in Fort Wayne that people will want to do here as visitors. And it has definitely gotten easier and easier as we can talk about Promenade Park and the riverfront, new outdoor things to do, the arts campus and the vibrant events happening anytime you come. It's just a delight to share those things with people and encourage them to come and visit to enjoy those things.
I know that Visit Fort Wayne has helped to bring some really interesting arts conventions to the community. The brass band group, the Indiana Music Educators Association.
Those are two tremendous events. Yeah, the National Brass Band Association brings people from all over the country. They have their performances. They get to perform on the Embassy stage and in the Grand Wayne Center. And, you know, they have a world-class experience. They love Fort Wayne. They keep coming back every year. The Indiana Music Educators were very proud to have them here. They came out of Indianapolis and had such a warm reception from the arts community here that they made it their home. People like Sweetwater sponsoring them, local organizations being part and having opportunities to connect to our arts community. We love to host those groups in Fort Wayne. We roll out the red carpet and do as good of a job as anyone and keep those groups coming back year after year. It's wonderful.
Fantastic. You've talked about a couple of musical conventions that have come to Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
I know one of our recent initiatives as a community is to see Fort Wayne recognized as a top 10 music city. Can you tell me a little bit about that initiative?
Yes, it's a very cool goal. A few years ago, our board at Visit Fort Wayne really recognized there's a lot, I talked about whatever the strengths are of Fort Wayne, we want to market them to visitors. And our board really said many of those strengths are music related. Whether it's Sweetwater, whether it's the amazing events and the venues, we think music is something we need to really market as a strength of Fort Wayne. Simultaneously, Greater Fort Wayne, the organization responsible for economic development in Fort Wayne, they recognized the same thing. They did a big master plan for the city, Allen County Together plan. And it's an aggressive 10-year plan. And one of the main things in their plan was to grow Fort Wayne as a top 10 music city. And that can mean many things. We aren't Nashville or Austin. That's not our music identity, but we do have something really special here. And it's also in our education. It's also in our, higher education and technology. There's a lot of ways that Fort Wayne can be a leader in the music space. And so Greater Fort Wayne and Visit Fort Wayne, where I work, are going to work together with Arts United and hundreds of people in the community to do a really aggressive research project to determine what is our unique identity as a music city? What do we have that's really special here? Maybe what are some opportunities? What are some things we're missing that if we had these things, we would take it to the next level? What's our 10-year plan to develop and market ourselves as a music city and as a really authentic one to Fort Wayne? Who is Fort Wayne as a music destination? And I think everyone we've talked to immediately has kind of a light bulb moment. They're on board. And that's a good sign, I think, that it really is part of Fort Wayne. It's exciting. And so we, this summer, are going to start this research and a lot of community feedback, a lot of community input as we identify what's it mean to be a music city and how do we pursue that. And so we're really excited, and I think it's very cool that so many organizations are partnering together to make it happen. So I really look forward to getting that started and then pursuing it in a big way and saying, okay, we're going to tell the world now that this is the place to come with your music business, as a music visitor, the whole gamut that all organizations can embrace. And it's exciting.
Kristen, that sounds fantastic. How might we engage members of our community in looking at how do we authentically define ourselves as Fort Wayne as a music city?
We need the community input because this isn't going to be something where we tell the community, here's who you are, here's your identity. The community is going to show us what is really a strength of Fort Wayne. So we need that input. One thing that came to my attention was just the amount of technology, music technology in the community and how that's a strength of ours, and something our universities have pursued, something we have so many professionals pursuing. And it was a great moment for me to realize, there's so many facets. So we need people who are involved and who have a piece of the Music City puzzle for us to share it. And there will be so many opportunities to do so as we have just a lot of input sessions and a lot of opportunity for people to really tell us about the music that's here, the needs they have, and help us, build the vision for the future. So we absolutely need everyone's input. And there are obvious people, the performers, but there are so many people who have a new or a different behind-the-scenes view at a music industry. We need them to share that with us and help us see all the aspects in Fort Wayne so we can kind of put that puzzle together.
I'm so glad that you mentioned the educational component because there are so many musical education opportunities here, new things coming on at Electric Works. The AMP Lab is going to have a music technology center. But you mentioned the universities. Purdue, Fort Wayne, as well as University of St. Francis have fantastic music technology programs. I think that's a great highlight.
It is, I think, and I think it's going to be authentic to who we are. I think that's, again, some people hear Top 10 Music City and they think, we're not going to be City X. And it's like, yes, we don't want to be. Fort Wayne is a tremendous place, being who we are, and we're not going to change that at all. We just want to shine a light on and bring together the pieces of this music identity because we all see it, that it's there, but we just see it kind of in different ways, and so we can bring it together. And I'm really excited. I know that sounds a little vague still, but that's because we're at the beginning phases of knowing it's there and asking the community to join us as we put it together, build it, and build a vision for the future. So we're excited about that. So thank you for joining us on that effort, and certainly you're the leader in that space.
Well, Arts United is happy to partner with you on that. I'm excited about that opportunity.
Yeah, it'll be great.
So this is such an exciting opportunity in a way to get the community engaged in this conversation. What do you think the impact will be for Fort Wayne as we develop this identity?
I think for people like me who I'm constantly sharing the stories of Fort Wayne, I'll have this new story to share that'll be really well defined that people can act on. Visitors will know I'm going to come and experience this in these ways. Greater Fort Wayne will be able to attract businesses that are music industry. They'll be able to talk to all sorts of new people and say, this is an environment that's really rich for your music business, for your employees, and so forth. And I think all of us will have just increased understanding. Perhaps it is universities being able to attract more students interested in music. I don't know where it will go, but I think that each of us will have a takeaway of how it applies to what we do and how we can work in this identity as a music city into our daily work. Great opportunities will present themselves that we can all use in our own ways, in our own marketing, in our own communication, and our sharing Fort Wayne's story.
Kristen Guthrie, thank you so much for what you do for this community. Thank you for the work you've done at Visit Fort Wayne and just the way you have supported arts and culture in this community for so long.
It is my great pleasure to get to share it with other people. I'm so proud of all that Fort Wayne has to offer, and I love inviting people to come enjoy it.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.